The last month, we have been working at completely renovating the interior of this house. This is my brother-in-law's house that he recently purchased, and he asked us to renovate it. He is getting married soon, and so we are going to try and see if we can complete this renovation by the time they get back from their honeymoon. So in the previous episodes in this series, we demoed everything that was getting replaced in the entire house, and then we shared the huge process of starting the kitchen makeover. Now in today's video, we are going to be starting on the living room makeover. So we'll be shopping for supplies, painting, installing doors, installing lighting, adding brick and a mantle to the fireplace, building a beam, and the biggest change happening in today's video is that Jalen will be installing new flooring in the entire house. So stay tuned to see that. It completely transformed the interior of this house, and the flooring is from Floret, and a huge thank you to Floret for sponsoring today's video and providing the flooring for this house. Floret offers high quality flooring at an affordable price, and we installed their Arbor Modine signature extra long and extra wide planks that are luxury waterproof vinyl. So anyway, stay tuned to see that. There's a lot happening in today's video. It is packed full of weeks worth of work, so we hope that you enjoy it, and stay tuned until the end of this video to see all of the progress in this living room. And we love the flooring paired with the brick and the wood, so be sure that you don't miss it at the end of this video. So today we're spending the day in Tucson. We're going to Lowe's, Floor and Decor. We have to go to the countertop place because the countertop that we picked out, they didn't have it in stock at the place where they're cutting the granite. And so they'd have to ship it in from California, and she said it was going to take an extra 3 weeks. And if you've been watching each episode in this series, you know that we have limited time. And so they're going to show us a couple of other options that they have already there that they can cut right away. So we're hopefully going to be able to pick out one of those, and then we will head over to Lowe's, and we have to look at backsplash at Floor and Decor. We want to look at a couple of options for the fireplace, maybe some stone, rock, different things like that. So it's going to be a long day, but it's fun that we get to spend it together as a family. So we were trying to figure out what we could add around the fireplace in the living room to help it stand out a bit more and be more of a focal point in the space. It would have been awesome to take brick or stone all the way up to the ceiling, but that was going to cost around $1,500, which was not in the budget. We were looking to only spend about $300 on this fireplace. So on this shopping trip, we were looking at tile, stone, brick, but we just couldn't make up our minds. We did finally end up deciding on something the next week, and you'll see what that is later on in this video. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the honeymoon house. So we have been making some good progress here, and we are hoping to install flooring in this video, so stay tuned. But right now we are going to work at cutting the doors down to size and getting those painted. The last couple of days, Jalen has also been working on the electrical, so he's been installing all of these can lights, and my brother-in-law has been helping him with that as well, running all of the wiring in the attic. They are still working on the lights in the hallway, but we are making good progress, and right now we have got to go start on painting the doors. First off, like I said, we got to trim them all to size, so you have to hang up each door, see if it fits, trim it down to size, and then we will line them all up here in the living room, get them painted, and then we can add the black hinges and the handles and everything. I wanted to show you the flooring samples that I ordered from Floret, and it says prepare to be floored. So inside I've got my 5 different samples, and it's really nice to order a couple of samples and just see them in the house, and it will help you to be able to make your decision. Flooring is a big decision. It's a large part of your home, and so it's just a good idea to get some samples. So we're gonna take all of these samples out of here and lay them out on the floor, see which one we like the best. This is just very similar to their furniture. I mean, what do you think of that look?
Well, if you look at it, different lighting too, see? Because it has the white in it, it kind of
helps to lighten it up a little bit. So after laying these samples on the floor, it was between this one, or this one. I think the winner is going to be this one. That's the closest to the color that we were picturing in this house. And we don't have to put down any underlayment with this flooring, which is super nice. It's gonna make the install go so much easier because it already has that underlayment attached. And this one is called the Arbor, and that is the one that we are gonna go for. They do have two different sizes, and we did decide to go with the larger size. So it's 9 inches wide, 72 inches long, and 7 millimeters thick. So it just depends on the look that you're going for in your house. We always lean towards the wider plank look just because we love that look. But if you like the smaller planks, then they do have that option as well.
Well, I'm gonna have to cut more off because the door jam's not straight top to bottom.
I'm starting to unbox the hinges for this house. These are from Door Corner, and we went with matte black hinges for the house. And we've also got some matte black door handles from Door Corner as well. He's going ahead and installing the hinges even though we haven't painted the door jambs yet, just because he wants to see if he can hang up this door without cutting out the notches, and hopefully that will help the gap a little bit.
Okay, that's fine. Then we can just put it where you want it.
So there's quite a bit that has to be done to these doors before he can actually paint them. Like you saw, each door has to be hung up to check if it fits, and then he's having to cut out the holes for the hinges. And on some of these doors, he is also going to have to cut out the hole for the handle. Hopefully this one fits and we don't have to trim it. Ugh. This is the second to last door. After this door, he just has to do the door on the main bedroom, and then the doors will be ready for paint. It's currently Saturday morning, and it just started snowing about 30 minutes ago, and we came down here to work on the beam and the fireplace, so we're not quite sure how we're going to be cutting all of that wood when it's snowing this much. Yesterday, a local carpet guy installed carpet in all 3 of the bedrooms, and just love how it turned out. The color looks great in here. We had ordered this carpet through him a couple of weeks ago, and then he was able to install it pretty quickly, which was really nice. The dining room and living room are just stacked full of boxes and so many different things. So now that there's carpet in that bedroom, we are going to put down plastic in one of the bedrooms and then just start stacking everything in there. The chairs, the sofa, the shower door, the mattress, everything that's kind of in our way, we can just stack back there now. We are starting to work on the beam and the fireplace. Jalen decided to remove the trim around the fireplace and then just have the brick flush up against the fire insert. So we had ended up deciding to just use this mosaic wall tile for the fireplace. I will link these down below. Love the look of them and they go with the style of this home. I'm just going to show highlights of working on these projects because you will see more details in the actual complete living room makeover video. But Jalen had built this beam the day before, and today I was staining the beam and then we installed it over this beam that was already in the ceiling. So this was just a shell that Jalen had built and his measurements were perfect because it was a perfect snug fit. Now after the flooring was installed, I felt like this beam and the fireplace mantle should be a darker stain color to match the floor, and I knew that they would maybe prefer it to be a little bit darker as well. So I think I am going to apply a second coat of darker stain. You'll get to see that in the final living room makeover, but let me know down below what you think after you see the flooring installed. Should the beams stay lighter or should they be stained darker to match the floor? Okay, so our floorette flooring was delivered, so it was time to start the flooring install. The first step was to get the floor clean, so I was clearing out everything while Jalen and Kyle were vacuuming. After the floors were clean, we had to figure out which direction we wanted the planks to run and which wall we should start on. So we decided to start on the fireplace wall, and I was in charge of unpacking boxes and laying out flooring while Jalen worked on the install. The fact that we didn't have to lay down any underlayment saved so much time and made this process a lot easier. The other factor that made this flooring easier is because it's vinyl, Jalen can cut it with a razor blade, so he doesn't have to go out to his chop saw every single time that he needs to cut a plank. So once he had his straight row laid down, then he continued off of that first row through the rest of the house, and as he was installing this flooring, he was creating a staggered pattern because the flooring will hold itself together better if the joints are staggered. Jalen said he was very impressed with how easy this flooring was to install. These Modine signature planks snapped and locked together very easily and securely, and overall we were just really impressed. The quality is amazing. We love this arbor color that we chose. They were wanting darker wood tones in their home, and so Jalen's brother-in-law agreed this was the color of flooring that they wanted to have in their home. These arbor planks almost have like a texture to them, so they feel and look like real wood on the floor. Very durable as well and 100% waterproof. I do have a really awesome coupon code to share with you. You can get 50% off any sample kit from Floret. They offer 3 different sample kits, or you can just customize your own, and it's only $15 for 6 samples in that kit. But with my coupon code Happy Home Floret, you can get 50% off, so your sample kit will only be $7.50. A really great deal. Would highly recommend going ahead and grabbing a sample kit just to have on hand if you ever plan to install flooring in the future. Floret offers 2 different sizes in this Modine LVP, so they have the signature size and then the base size. We went with the signature planks because they are 9 inches wide and 72 inches long, and also they're a little bit thicker at 7 millimeters. We just love the look of wide planks in a room, and also if you're doing a really big room, using wide planks can definitely make the process go a lot quicker. So like I said, Jalen said this flooring was very easy to install. The fact that you don't have to put down underlayment, you can just cut it with a razor blade. This is definitely a DIY project that most people can do on their own. And the only tools that you'll need is a hammer and a flooring install kit. And I think most flooring install kits do come with a little hammer as well. So you may only need the kit, and those little kits are about $25. I'll be sure and link one down below if you are looking for a kit. So minimal tools required, and definitely something that you could do in your home on your own. Kyle's doing an IXL lesson, and Owen and Levi are playing outside. Jalen is installing flooring now, and I am going to start working on this cabinet in the hallway. We did end up deciding to keep this cabinet, and so I need to sand it, and then I'm going to use the foam roller to paint the frame, and we already sprayed the doors. And I'll be using this cordless sander to sand this cabinet frame before I paint. We got this sander off of Amazon recently. We used it for the entire kitchen, and we've really loved it. We can use DeWalt batteries with it. It's a good affordable price and has worked really great for us, so I'll have the link for this down below. And I would love to get this cabinet completely finished before he gets back here with the flooring. That's why I'm trying to get this done right now while he's still working over in the laundry room. That way this is done, and then he can just bring the flooring right up to this cabinet. When you're doing a whole house renovation like this, there's always so many little things to do. There's so much to always keep clean, and little touch-up paint, and so many different projects that are going on at the same time. Sometimes we walk into the house and you feel like you're going in circles. It's just so overwhelming because there's so much to do everywhere that you look, because you're trying to work in the entire house at the same time. But we are finally starting to get closer to the finish line, and like you heard me say at the very beginning of this video, we do have a new deadline date because we were not able to finish by their wedding day. So we are trying to get this finished by the time they get back from their honeymoon. And it looks like we should be on track to have this finished literally the night before they get home. So things are definitely going to be very busy and crazy around here for the next 2 weeks, but we are excited to have this project completely finished. Stay tuned to see this house continue to transform. I will be starting to post a complete makeover of each room here soon. The next video should be the complete makeover of the kitchen, and then we will just work our way through the house, the complete makeover of the living room, and then the bathroom, the bedroom. So just stay tuned. It has been a whirlwind the last month, but I can't believe how much we actually were able to get done in 6 weeks. And thank you for coming along on this journey with us. You have always been so encouraging in every video. I were just melting from the cuteness of Levi wanting to help me with the flooring. He's just at such a cute stage right now. He's always saying thank you and you're welcome, and he kept saying that while he was helping me with the flooring, and he kept sighing because, you know, it was hard to carry the flooring, and it was just a really cute moment that I don't ever want to forget. But anyway, Jalen got all the way to the hallway, and then we called it quits for the day, headed back home, and then the next day Jalen came back down and finished up this flooring. He put the flooring back the hallway and into the hall bathroom, and then a couple days later he did install it in the main bathroom as well. He had to wait a couple of days because the contractor was still finishing up that shower and the shower door and everything. In the complete makeover of each room, you will get to see this flooring a lot better because the room will be completely finished and decorated, and you can see how the darker flooring just ties into the design. So the final step for the flooring install was to install the transition strips. So while Jalen is installing the transition strips, I was building an accent wall in the main bedroom, and you will see that accent wall in the bedroom makeover. That was kind of the first big project that I've ever done completely on my own, so I'm pretty happy with how it turned out and really love that pewter green color that I chose for the wall. So now Jalen is starting to install all of the door handles. We went with these matte black lever door handles for the house. They are from Door Corner, and I'll link them down below. He also had to finish installing the rest of the doors. There was a little bit more trimming that he had to do on some of the doors, and so I had to do some touch-up paint on a couple of the doors, but we finally completed that project. It ended up being a lot more work than we thought it was going to be to replace all of the doors. Just because of those old door frames, it seems like on every single one he had to trim the door, and it just turned out to be a real pain, but he finally got all of that completed. Okay, so we paused working on the house to pack up and fly to Indiana for the wedding. We had a wonderful couple of days with family, and the wedding was wonderful. I thought I would just put a couple of clips from that trip here in the video. It was a beautiful wedding and so wonderful to see family that we haven't seen in a long time. And as soon as we got home, we pretty much hit the ground running, and we have been going full speed ahead to try and get this house finished up before they get home from their honeymoon. So now Jalen was finishing up all of the trim work. He got all of that trim painted, cut, and installed, and now he was going around and doing all of the caulking and filling in the nail holes. Everything is coming together. Stay tuned to see if we can finish this house on time, and also just stay tuned to see each of these rooms get completely finished. We hope that you enjoyed today's video and just getting to see us start on the living room makeover, and also just getting to see us work on the process of completely renovating this entire house. Be sure that you are subscribed with the notification bell turned on so that you don't miss getting to see this living room completely finished, and also just getting to see the rest of the house completely finished. You can also head over and follow me on Instagram for more behind the scenes and daily updates. My Instagram name is Hannah's Happy Home. Thank you all so much for watching and your support and all of your sweet comments, and also a huge thank you to Florette for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget that you can get 50% off your flooring sample kit with my link and my code down below, and I'll see you next week on Tuesday with a new video. Bye!